We back. Another episode. Same episode. Part 2. Work in progress. Slim and Huskies. We right here. He's stupid, man. Hey, Lito.
What's up? I ain't say nothing real quick. I started off giving you guys y'all flowers. Speaking of flowers, do y'all remember Watson holidays when I used to keep my flowers in y'all dorm room?
Yeah, bro. Recipe for expulsion, right? God damn, bro.
These my guys, I thought about this when we was having an off-camera conversation, and this was around the time of my first mixtape. I was a sophomore at TSU. These guys were freshmen at TSU, and they stayed in the freshman dorm, Watson Hall, the projects, right. And they were so kind to give me, access to their dorm room as a storage facility
and a bedroom.
Hey man, what I'm saying, man. For my moving company at the time, why not move green, like you said, and so.
But you in the morning, this man come early in the morning sometime, right? But like, dawg, I just got out of football. Like what? You know what I'm saying? But he be bringing McGriddles and shit.
Yeah,
he made sure he was straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to. And shipping and handling, was having to make it happen. Shout out to TSU. So that's part of the connective tissue here. The roots way deeper. Our parents went to high school together and beyond. So this is like
with Bradley riding around in the Tahoe. That was wild shit in the world.
That Tahoe, boy.
Yeah, and y'all played football together. Y'all played football together too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, man.
You play football too?
Nah.
Okay. I didn't know.
I don't know. He probably like you after he had that first hit. He tapped out.
You on Park?
Pause.
Against you on Park, I feel like coming across that middle. Straight, man.
Sound like me. Sound just like me. Goddamn it. Yeah.
He just had a jumper, a set shot, floater. Oh, that was working. Champions. Yeah, with TSU Days, man, that's some wild times, some fun times.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely some pivotal times, And then after we all graduated, we still stayed connected because for a while we was in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Together back when you were recording at the house and the studio was there, because y'all just pull up, come over a couple blocks and do some hanging out.
Yeah.
First time we met Don Tripp was in there, I think.
It was. Yeah.
It was definitely the spot.
Yeah. Lightweight Golden Valley, kinda.
Right.
It's right across the street. Look diagonal.
Adjacent.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that TSU, man. That was the time. Watson Hall. Shout out to Watson Hall, Boy Hall. Funded my career, gave me a launching pad, my first audience. Them parking lot ciphers.
For sure. Yeah.
Because I was
4 yard.
Yeah, all that shit. The Wednesdays in the courtyard.
The gazebo.
All that
shit. Gazebo.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Niggas be forgetting about the gazebo. You feel me?
I remember the gazebo. I didn't go to TSU, but I was up there a lot.
A million sacks sold at that gazebo.
Yeah, bro.
Meet me at the gazebo. Off the top. TSU, man.
That's when you was all-star, right?
I was a lot of things.
Yeah. Do y'all remember y'all favorite song from him when he was all-star?
Oh, golly.
I used to like the
suit.
Life story.
Yeah. I'm an all-star.
That was it took it away, but that's the second solo song I ever recorded in my life. I was 15 years old.
Yeah. That was probably one of my favorites, because honestly, this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that was probably one of them. That song. It stick out of my mind. You know what I'm saying?
He was gonna be what he become. Could y'all see it then? See the.
I think we was really too young to have. I was too young to have that type of
Man, but you seen
vision. But you seen it was special though. You know what I'm saying?
And you seen the response.
Yeah.
How people responded to it. You know what I mean? He was like, damn. But this was like friends though. So it's like, man, but you saw the response.
And you was resonating through the neighborhoods. Like for our generation, this was like the first time like we had somebody resonate through the neighborhood, like the name. Like I remember being hanging with some of my homies in Edge Hill, and think you was battle rapping up at the center against somebody in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Showed up. You know what I'm saying? They like, this dude ain't All-Star, man. He supposed to be cold. He rap. I forgot who he was rapping against. Like, supposed to be cold. And you took off on him, bro. And it was just like, when everybody left, it was kind of like.
Shout out to Baby Cheese.
Yeah,
brought
dude,
me to the center out south.
Yeah.
Then on my side of town, on me, EJ side of town, it was like niggas like Chime. You know what I'm saying? It was like getting off, you know what I mean? And, you know, then you had your little Myrons of the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get it how you live, you know what I mean? Like, but then, like,
yeah,
right.
For sure, yeah.
But then when my friend, you know what I'm saying, come through and like everybody like, you know, All-Star, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a special moment, but you could we knew that it was special though, you know what I'm saying? And then just seeing the matriculation through the music industry and the times, and then still being relevant now, even more relevant now, because it's people that grew up on the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yesterday it's like Nashville, like speaking of like Grits and Eggs podcast, Deontay Kyle, like he was like, man, I was Starlito. I've been tapped in with Starlito since I don't know. He got way back, and I've been tapped in with y'all, Slim and Huskies, since y'all was, you know, when y'all first got to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like Nashville. It's a special place. You know what I'm saying? That we don't really we take for granted for real how special the talent is. And in our communities, East North Nashville, South Nashville, I can't leave out South Nashville. East be ballin', South be ballin', North be ballin'.
West be ballin' too.
West be ballin'. That was some great times. You know what I mean?
Sure. West be ballin'.
They had one. See, I was in high school and all that shit popped off, and everybody had one.
They made it to Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Studio Hills, the original South B Ballin' got made.
It was hard
at school.
Was the original South B Ballin' and East B Ballin'?
The original South B Ballin'. I went to Travis, so I was friends with all the East B Ballin'.
Exactly. I got you. Okay.
I think East B Ballin' was the best one.
I wasn't rapping.
It was cool.
I know that, but I'm still saying.
So you would have been on East B Ballin' if you
were rapping? Was though at that point in time. You and Fry wasn't rapping at that time.
We wasn't putting our music out.
It's
there.
real.
It wasn't being shared. Like,
yeah.
Because all this we talking about predates the internet. Like the route you have to take to get heard and get hot, and otherwise is like a whole different journey. So I say we wasn't rapping because we didn't have a product to present. Like them songs were getting played at parties and people was
had the CD and everything.
Like, the song you mentioned, I'm an All-Star, like that was probably like my junior year of high school, first going to the studio, and I was playing it for like y'all first, you know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up in Hillhurst like, hey, I just made this song the other day. Bro. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, we hadn't got out of the starting blocks with the shit, and that's what I was seeing my peers. Like I'm in the team night and like, damn, everybody know Lil Vagnum song, or you know what I'm saying? They finna get the fighting when they play the other song. Like that was the culture, but
I did play your music at my parties at Upscales.
You did.
Yeah,
real party promoter.
Original. God damn it! Somebody say it, man. Real deal party promoter in high school. My own parties. I ain't my shit. God damn it. Man. I'm breaking it down with the security and the DJ and. You know what I'm saying? The bar full of cold drinks. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Nate Miles, man. He held me down.
I want to go back, though, because y'all talk about Nashville, y'all talk about the legacy, y'all talk about TSU. Hey, y'all was on a FaceTime with Oprah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was during COVID.
Man, what happened, so it was like a tag team of events. Like, the city had COVID and they had the tornadoes around like the same time. Yep. So folks was down, especially out north. Like remember the city was running all these stories about what was happening on the east side, which not to take anything away from that.
Which wasn't part of the city, but I mean that affected everybody. Yeah.
And so, but at the time they were running these stories about the east side, folks was like completely ignoring what happened, the devastation in North Nashville, and like
I remember that.
You know, we got out ahead of it. You know, I actually like lived, like my house got hit. You know what I'm saying? I was at my house for a year and a half, but like for the restaurant to be right there, like that was our opportunity to like really follow our roots of community and get involved. And we was trying to get the word out, like, man, we see the devastation over there, but man, it's a whole row of homes on this street that's completely wiped out to the stud. Folks is outside with bonfires at night right now, and I ain't seen a news camera nowhere.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the attention started coming, and then Oprah got word, and we was at the restaurant, and we had a one of our business partners at the time had a no call ID. So whenever you call, you see that, it's like, I gotta pick out, I know what this is, and I picked it up thinking it was, it was like, hey, how you doing? It's just, I'm like, yeah, it's like, how you doing? This is Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
And I was talking to somebody at the time, and I completely just cut the conversation off. I just got up and walked off. Like,
you just knew it was her though. Like
you could hear it. Like, no, this is for real. Yeah. Like, if they playing, like, this is a great prank. And so she was like, man, I heard about y'all. She's like, I've had y'all's pizza. And she was like, man, I know about the devastation in the city, and I want to see how we can partner to like bring some positivity to the community, specifically North Nashville. And so we were like, I was like, I'll tell you what. I was like, man, the fellas gonna get together. I was like, we're gonna come up with some solutions, and we're gonna take the weekend, and we get in touch with y'all on Monday. So we took the weekend. Man, we came up with all kind of ideas. And so the idea we came up with was, because the kids were out of school in the North and East district, which is, you know, where the majority of African-American kids lived in the city, like, we really felt like the school, we met with the school board, and they basically said we're having an issue with the digital divide. Like, we're sending work home, but the kids can't do it because they don't have the tablets, they don't have the computers. So we created a grant scheme alongside with MMPS, and we took it back to them. We was like, man, we want to attack the digital divide so that the kids can learn while they're out of school, because they're going to be out of school pretty much the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? And we was excited about it because we was like, man, we were finna really create some change. You know what I mean? And so we got on. She was like, all right, I'll tell you what, like, let's hop on a Zoom call. And we got on the Zoom call, and I'll never forget this, man. Like, we presented to her, and I just felt like the whole time, every time I was talking, I felt like maybe she was like, she was kind of squinting or something, and then I realized, like, after we got off the call, like, damn, I didn't have my camera on the whole time. So she probably looking like, you know, he probably got some folks over there looking at this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, man, y'all didn't text me telling my camera was off.
My bad.
But, you know, but she
Like she was in your drawers.
Talking over.
He landed with me, you know. Like, shit, but we going up.
He got his feet now over there. God damn.
What you got on?
Oprah. So what was y'all connection with Kamala Harris?
I think she just came to the city, and people was just bigging us up, and she was like, you know, she's a politician. You know what I'm saying? Like,
had to find the people.
Had to find a way to resonate with the students, and Slim Huskies was like the end, and you know what I mean? It just got hype when she was like talking about. I mean, yeah. I think that's what that was. Yeah.
That's cool.
I know y'all met a lot of people, especially in the entertainment industry. I know with, you know, artists come in town, even all the concerts I put on, I always hit you up. You always come through. Can y'all like name like an artist that y'all met that I guess y'all most important artist or favorite artist y'all met, favorite encounter y'all had with the artist?
The wildest encounter I had with artists, a group of artists, was Thundercat. You know, the bass player. You know what I mean? And like, dude was so crazy. Like it was at what's the joint? Me and you went, Clint. Exit In. Yeah. I wasn't even on his music like that at first, you know what I'm saying? But the man had just the audience like captivated. You know what I mean? And then his DJ was the homie that play on what's my man name? On what's the school? Damn, the school
Zach Fox.
No. What's his name?
Zach
Fox. Yeah. He was there. Like, but they was like, you know, I mean, people knew you had to like follow them. Now everybody know them, you know what I'm saying? But yo, they was like, I don't know about Zach, but I know Thundercat. They was on everything you probably could have been on at the time, bro. And they was like boning the pizza, bro. I ain't never seen nobody eat a pizza like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was like, you know, we don't met a lot of famous people, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they might have been my favorite because they was so hype about the pizza, bro. Like, and just the product and just us being around and like, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't even remember, but like, I mean,
I'm gonna say Cameron.
Oh, Cam was funny too.
We met Cam.
Oh yeah, he was just like who he is.
New York
though.
energy. Oh yeah, this shit is good, B. You know what I mean?
He was ready to invest. He was like, well, yeah, you know, I got chicken spots, right? Yeah, for sure. He's like, yeah. He's like, how much it cost to do one of these?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. That sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? And then just walked on stage and did his thing, man.
That was cool.
Mine was the coolest. I think the coolest situation I feel like we had was when Goody came in town.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause they was super cool.
Yeah, CeeLo kicked it with us all night.
All night. Like they went to the club with us. Like they, you know.
Yeah, I got a pizza named after.
See no green. Yeah.
But the wildest was Bobby Brown.
Damn.
I forgot about that.
Like we,
you gotta give us the Bobby Brown story, bro. I got to know.
So
he didn't even do nothing special, bro. He just kind of like it was Bobby, bro, like a Bobby movement.
And like we excited because New Edition was in town, and
this was a minute
first
ago,
time. Not this last time, but the years before. And so we get there. We feeding the dancers, we feeding Mike, Ricky, everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so Bobby ain't there yet. So he was traveling, you know what I'm saying, on his own sprinter. So he finally pulls up and, you know, we done brought the pieces and we got to get the pick, you know what I'm saying? So they like, hey, Bobby, come on, get this pick with us real quick. The fellas brought the pizza. And so he's like, all right, cool. So the cameraman's like, man, everybody get in, you know what I'm saying? So we all like this, about to say cheese. And I hear ding, you know what I'm saying? So we look to the elevators, man. Bro done grabbed them about 5 or 6 pieces, man. Him and this guy getting on the elevator like, man.
It's like,
God damn.
All we can do is laugh, though, man.
Bobby. and the crew was, everybody looked like,
It's
you know what I'm saying? Emory Jones was dope.
that was a cool.
Yeah. Conversation.
Saw
We
him in
tapped
the
in Emory
airport
for a little while.
But was it me and you?
That
Man,
was cool.
seen bro was like, man, they go Emory Jones. We looked over there, man. We just like, man, fuck it, let's go pitch him. We went over and pitched him, man. We ended up, you know,
Connected,
ended up hitting them up. And we was chopping it up for a minute, man.
Speaking of pitches, y'all, you was about to ask.
Yeah, I was about to ask about the same thing. Y'all got a chance to pitch on Shark Tank?
Hell yeah.
What was that experience like? Did they ever air the episode? Or
Never
what happened
aired
with
it.
that?
It was never aired it.
But they didn't air it. But
It was a blessing. Well, you got to talk about that.
So at the time, if you get a deal, ABC, like the paperwork is thick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you get a deal, like ABC get a generous portion of your business. Now, ABC, not the investors, ABC. Then that's aside from the
investment that they get, they pipe, that they golly.
And we really was
Because it was like marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finna put you out to the world. So
Right. It was a layup in terms of exposure.
At that time, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But at what cost?
Especially even just being aired, and even if you don't take the deal, just that publicity to that type of audience.
I think they changed that now, but for sure, yeah.
Yeah, we was in a dressing room with a dude that was selling, because we was selling our service. We was selling the green truck. And they try to give us a product which was like our recyclable bins, but it was some bullshit. Like,
It was
this ain't something. It was, you know, it wasn't revolutionary or nothing, but we was just excited to be on Shark Tank, so we was gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, try to get some money. But we was in a dressing room with a dude that was like, hey, what's your product? He was like, oh, I got a detergent that cleans teddy bears. And so we was like, he walked out, was like, that's some bullshit. They ain't finna get him nothing. He ended up getting a deal. You know what I'm saying? And we got all nose, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I made Damon John feel, man. Well, I tried to anyway. I tried to do man, you gonna let some brothers come out here. You know where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at that.
Mark Cuban was like, no, we're not gonna do that. We all come from the like, no, we don't, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Then after it's over with, we kind of down about it. And then, you know, we in Cali. We've been working hard. It's like, fuck it, man. Let's go get some trees, man. Go kick it, you know what I'm saying, on they dime. And Mo decided he wanted to go 100 miles an hour through bottom hills, man. Like,
That's how you do it.
we could have lost our life that night. My boy was on, you know what I'm saying? He was handling his business.
We just dying laughing the whole time. Crazy, bro.
Nigga had to piss. I'm like, I gotta pee. Stop. I'm like, shake him up a little bit. Like,
Man, I done had some wild times
On the road.
on the road.
Yeah.
Both of y'all was
God.
around different times. I'm sitting when you just said could have lost your life and shit. We had got in a shootout with ourselves
Yeah,
in,
hold on,
in Louisville. Nah, we weren't shooting at each other. We had a passenger aboard that was just. He was outside his mind. He was outside the Kentucky Derby in Louisville. This had to be like, 05? This one we had the Escalade was wrapped with like my face on it. And,
Yeah, man.
And
damn.
yeah.
Why you bringing that up?
You talking about y'all doing 100? It's about the same.
Same thing.
Yo. Man, actually, that was gonna be a dope ass night too. Zach Randolph was like, man, y'all come. He was on his way to his party. He was tapped in with Star so hard, man. That shit was. That was about to be. It was because the day leading up,
like 20.
it was.
We had sold CDs all day.
Sold
we
CDs
up there
all
at the
day.
Derby, out the trunk, out the back of the truck. Man, every dollar I made selling CDs went to getting the damn radiator replaced.
My man, I'm driving the truck. Damn, why are we saying this? I'm driving the truck. I'm a family man now, y'all. God-fearing family man now, but there was a time. Man, the strap was, it was straps in the car, but I was keeper of the biggest one. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm driving this between the seat and the armrest. Oh my God. I got my man beside me. I'm not saying no names.
Allegedly.
I love him though. Man, he lit. Everybody lit. It's a good time, bro.
We 20 years old.
We 20 years old, bro. I don't know why he decided to reach over the armrest and grab the strap, bro. And he like out the window like, who
owe you some money?
Who owe you some money, bro? Who owe you some money? I'm like, nobody. What you talking about? Like, bro, chill, bro. Like, what you talking about? Granted, bro, we on the interstate, bro, headed to a party. We ready. I'm talking about, we've been talking about this all day. We gonna hustle hard. Man, we ready to go get, this was like prime, like.
We college.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was like, it was all laid out set, man. It was gonna be a good time, bro. This man, who owe you some money, Mo? I'm like, what? Who owe you some money, Mo?
I got the window and just started dumping.
I'm like, man, what are you doing? Like, bro, I got a life to live, bro. Number one, you know what I'm saying? Number two, and then I'm looking to my left. Like, we in the right lane, bro. I never forget, we in the right lane, bro. I'm looking to my left, bro, in the center lane, bro. It's a family. It's a family, bro. And they like, oh my God. The wife like, and I'm like, man, this nigga's crazy, bro. Next thing you know, man, the car just starts slowing. The truck starts slowing down.
We like, go, Mom.
I'm like, man, I can't go. You know what I'm saying? Slowing down, bro. Slowing down. I had to pull over to the side, bro. We lift the hood up.
Nah, the dash, I remember it said low coolant.
That's
That's the first thing. Every light on the dashboard popped on.
Right.
And it said low cool, and he's like, "It ain't going. The truck ain't going."
Lift the hood up, bro. It's just it's like a Wild Western like shootout. like light is shining through the hood of like the bullet holes. This nigga done shot in the the radiator, bro.
Keep in mind, I got my face on the truck. It's a wrap. It's a promo vehicle at this point. We had Escalade. So we get off the interstate. We'll spare some of the details of that story, but the police ended up, arriving, and me and that homie of mine, we get into a brawl. I snuck him. So they called the police. So we try to act like it was like we don't know nothing about no shooting on the interstate and stuff. They like, look, man, y'all drunk as hell. Like, somebody come pick y'all up.
Yeah.
And we just, go on and get the fuck on down. I ain't been back to the Kentucky Derby since then.
Not me either, bro.
20 years. This
the
shit.
homie drove from Nashville.
Man,
to pick us up, bro.
Yeah, we piled up in a few different cars. That was the time.
Yeah.
Me and EJ, it wasn't quite as dangerous. We had a lot more fun. We bumped into each other randomly in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was a great story.
2007.
Yeah, Essence Fest. And I mean, EJ can tell you his perspective. And I'm just,
So, we move around, and we just fortunate to be in the presence of, how can I put it? Just be in the presence of like ladies and just
How can I put it?
beautiful people. Just fortunate to have
Move around at that point in time in our life. Yeah.
like the best energy to be around.
Yeah.
So just randomly, I might have talked to Bradley. He was like, "Man, Star in New Orleans this weekend too." But we randomly bump into each other.
Just on foot, on the street.
So he look at me like, "Bro, what you got going on?" I'm like, "Bro, what you got going on? What you about to do?
What we got going on?
Yeah." So, man, we hit some club, bro.
Man, we hanging tough. I'm signed at this point. I'm signed with
Cash Money Day.
Cash Money, and this is, was that was after Katrina. So I think this was maybe the first Essence Fest.
It was after
Katrina.
Yeah, and so it was popping because it was kind of, the city was rebuilding itself. But we down there kicking it. We end up falling in the club, with Cash Money people. I don't think they was, to my understanding, it seemed like they was even supposed to be there. They just at home, just kicking shit. We fall in the spot, just hanging. And before you know it, look up and Lil Wayne got the mic.
He got the
and
mic.
he full on perform, just like, fuck it, I'm gonna perform. We in here. So we, you know what I'm saying? We
I'm on the stage, bro, with 2 bottles of rosé. It's Lil Wayne, Lito, and me. That's hard. If I can find this fucking people can't believe it.
I get a call in the middle of the night from one of the ladies that was down there. You know your boy EJ, this nigga on stage, he don't start Lito, Lil Wayne. This nigga leave me. Leave us. You know what I'm saying? Man, get your boy. He might be the hot boy right now. New Orleans accent. I'm like, for real? I'm like, call you, hang up, bitch.
And I get so loaded though. Somehow I end up leaving, bro. My phone died.
She had to go find them.
I'm walking up and down,
I don't think I knew this
not knowing where the fuck I'm going. I can't tell you what hotel I'm staying at. And they just like, by the grace of God, randomly find me, bro, on some side street, bro, just lit in New Orleans because of this man right here.
Yeah, that's all.
Kicking it.
Yeah, we was when we end up performing. I mean, I performed some songs, like it was just very much an impromptu performing in New Orleans, just in the middle of the Essence Fest. It's going down.
Bro, I had a mic, bro.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. I with a mic. I look up, I'm on stage, whatever.
I had a mic
going
on
through Grey Goose,
stage.
couple songs. I look over EJ, my hype man. He in the same dance, man. He got the champagne, he got the mic. I'm like, man, this funny as hell, dude.
Bro, what was the feeling when they handed you the mic, though, bro?
Man, listen, we about to have a ball. Anything goes, yeah, we about to have a ball.
That's hard.
We had some 112 nights in Atlanta, Boost Reverb nights in the field.
The Atlanta nights.
Fucking
Some Blur.
You don't even remember half of this shit.
I remember a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah. Golly.
Yeah, the names will be changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some wild times, man. Some good times. I mentioned y'all supporting. Steve said, Jimmy mentioned his concerts, and the same way I remember we put together a run with Bun B. We did a few shows with Bun. Clint brought a bunch of pieces backstage to that event. I wanted to highlight, you mentioned different artists, like local artists, you know, be it graphic artists or painters and whatever that you guys have always supported within y'all branding and just the framework. I think it's worth mentioning what y'all seeded into like the urban culture, hip hop culture in terms of the event space and otherwise. Is that something that these guys specialize in, like, and are making leaps and bounds in that space as well? But the first time I performed with a live band was an event that y'all curated and put together on Buchanan, right across the street. Shout out to Brassville. Brian Brown was on that show. It was the first time my daughter came to one of my, you know, shows or being introduced to me being a musician. And that was you guys' idea. It was something that y'all brought to me. And I've seen like a ton of other events y'all have had a hand in, being it sponsored, just supporting at large. Like, how important y'all feel like that is to like you mentioned you're an artist, you know, on the culinary side, and I know like you guys have like an artist mind in terms of on the visionary side in business and otherwise. How important is it to be tapped into and support and embrace our artist community and the creative side of what y'all see here from where we come from in Nashville?
Man, hold on real fast. I just want to go back to one thing on the story, bro. I'm gonna give it Jeezy, bro. Do you remember when Jeezy came to the new era? You was my introduction to Jeezy, bro. You called me. I'm in my dorm room. And you like, and I think you had just maybe got back from meeting with BMF with Low. You know what I'm saying? And you came back, you telling us so like, hey, I need this nigga Jesus, bro, but hey, them BMF niggas, hey, I don't know what they going to do. You know what I'm saying? He's like, but you know, I was like, did you sign with him? Like, nah, we ain't signed with him. But look, the nigga Jeezy, young Jeezy, he in town, bro. He told me to pull up, bro. We finna go. And it was at a hole in the wall on Charlotte, bro. Maybe like, was it New Era or something like that, bro? It was
at a club?
Yes, it was at a club. Anyways, it was a hype ass night. It was all a blur. But
yeah, I don't know if it was when we did the song, if that was the song.
No, that was before the song. That was before.
I feel like the first time.
We kicked it in Memphis for the song a couple of times, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We kicked it in Atlanta.
I know Jeezy recorded his verse to Grey Goose in Nashville at the storage on Trinity Line. Right, or Brick Church.
Maybe it was the night, but I don't know. But it was dope. But anyways, back to the art. I just wanted to highlight that. Like, that was like legendary shit, bro.
That trip with, shout out to Low, Lionel Matthews. we took at that time it was the wildest night of my life in terms of partying. We took a trip to Atlanta, and similar to that 8-Ball story, how they was like we didn't ride in the back of a pickup truck like they did to Nashville. We actually flew first class. The first time I flew first class too to Atlanta. I also had never flown to Atlanta at that time. It seemed crazy because cause living in Atlanta, like we took so many road trips to Atlanta. I'm like, what the fuck we need to fly for, Lo? And they fly us first class, all the bells and whistles, red carpet. I had the PJ, the Perrier Jouet, Rosé. Man, it was like after we went to Strokers, went to Magic City. I was in Magic City with Zach Randolph. And then I was probably like 19 then we ended up at Visions, I think. It was a club with a swimming pool in the middle of the fucking club. But this was my third stop. Everywhere I go, as soon as I hit the door, they give me a bottle of Cristal. I was starting the building. I'm like, how the fuck they know me? Ballin'. Here go stack of ones. You know, they got probably was 5,000-10,000 in ones. It looked like 100,000 to me at the time. They giving me stacks of ones. I'm looking around. I'm cuffing some of these honeys. Like, shit, you know, I'm gonna figure this out. Yeah. Balling like a dog. I go to the last club. Somebody hands me a bottle of PJ. rosé, and I passed the low. I take a sip or two. I'm fried. 2 bottles of Chris later. I'm probably weigh 160 at the time. I hand load a bottle of PJ. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. Was like, "Bro, you with Jeezy now, mate?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, he handed me another. He was like, "We don't even share cigarettes, bro." Gave me a bottle, another bottle, and walked off. Just disappeared, like just vanished in the thing. Nobody never stunning on me like that in my life, but I appreciate it. It was actually like thug motivation, as they said. And this was
cigarettes. That's real.
Man, we wouldn't even share cigarettes. Gave me another bottle of champagne. I just didn't want anything else to drink at that point. Every young lady that walked past, I just filled their cup and more et cetera. That a great night, a wild night, but. Yeah, man, them times. It was times. Party animals. We was making it happen too.
Yeah, man. But back to the artists in Nashville, man, and just like, man, that was the whole premise of Slim Husky's, like, piece of art, music. You know what I mean? You know, just recognizing that there are not a lot of spaces. It wasn't at the time. Now it is. You know, art shows and stuff like that now, and like Vanguard and you know what I mean, all that. But like at the time, at least for us, like there was a time when like black art and artists and showcases were like the thing. You take Jefferson Street, we haven't like, it ain't like we invented the wheel. You know what I mean? We just caught it up to, maybe there was a gap, a lapse in time where like artistry in all forms, visual arts, music arts, photography, like those things just wasn't a true space for it. Right. And so Slim Huskies for us had always been like, man, we can't just open up a pizza shop. We have to create a space for everybody, but we want to create a space where we can showcase black art for sure. You know what I mean? And it was all forms of art, all mediums of art. And you know, it went from just the music and working with Dojo and Woke, and then it went to the art gallery where we like real life, like curating spaces. You know what I'm saying? And like and you know, not necessarily like breaking artists or anything like that, but like giving artists, black artists, like a true space to showcase their work, and we ain't trying to 50-50 them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was, you know, we had to pay the bills, so we need a piece of the sale, but it was a very like reasonable small piece of the sale. We just want y'all to put y'all work out, and we want to just do some dope shit. And then that turned into, then we were doing like some live music sets in there every now and then with the art shows, and then it was a piece of property that came available. We cleared that joint out, and it was like, man, it's gonna be called Piece Apart. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but what we gonna do? We gonna throw live shows for the community? You know what I'm saying? In this park, we want an outdoor space for us. And so Star was the first show. Him, Bradsville, and Brian Brown, like that was the first show we did. It was a beautiful success, and it just continued to compound on the reason why we started Slim Huskies. It wasn't just about the piece. It was always 100% about the community, and then what we can be to the community and for the community. Man, it's food, it's opportunity, not just in the food, but not just in the job, but then there's opportunity in the art, there's opportunity in music, like just providing this like onslaught of like opportunities to the community, and just being that for the community was like always. And then the unplugs, Clint, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, gotta do the unplugs. Then we did the Black Country joint, and like, I mean, you know, some of them folks is on Beyonce's album. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like just highlighting what makes our community special. You know what I'm saying? Was always like a goal for ours, that we know why we special. But Nashville, goddamn, my nigga just goddamn came with the album. You feel what I'm saying? Like Nashville doesn't like highlight this. You know what I'm saying? Enough. You know what I mean? And you know what? DeForest Bailey, first black man to play on the Grand Ole Opry. You know what I'm saying? The harmonica. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. You know what I mean? Like, who talking about him? We got a street named after him, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they talk about Jefferson Street, but you know, we talk about Jimi Hendrix and James Brown and all that, but man, it's way deeper than just that, though. You know what I mean? We talk about the visual artists. You know, James Thrillkill should be huge. You know what I'm saying? Amari should be huge. Woke, Dojo, that crew should be huge. You know what I'm saying? X-Pain should be huge. Shabazz, those guys should be huge. You know what I'm saying? Alicia Bush should be huge, right? But, you know, Nashville has a tendency to put a cap on, consciously, I think, and subconsciously, because of where we are, just where we are geographically, and you know, and what the hype about Nashville has a habit of like putting a thumb or a cap on like how high our black artists can rise. You know what I'm saying, and grow. And we was like, fuck that. Like, shit, if they don't give them space, we gonna create all the spaces we can to highlight us. It all turned out beautiful every time. Every time. It was never no problems. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about never no problems with the money, never no problems with behavior. Everybody always had a good time. It was family oriented. You know what I'm saying? The things that was family for the family. Time we need to bring in Mandy Fresh and kick it for homecoming, we did that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was always important for us to do that. At a cost sometimes, not sometimes, every time. Every time. It wasn't like we got big sponsors or nothing like that, man. Like, this is money we putting up because
we believe
in it. Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to talk to y'all about was, you know, the name of our podcast is Work in Progress, and you started to talk about it earlier about your origin story and where you are now. When y'all were talking about your low points, what were some of the things that helped you get to the other side of whatever that obstacle was? Whether it was like y'all's communication, was it any books that y'all read? I know you mentioned a book that y'all read about scaling, but what were some of the things that you were putting into yourself spiritually or mentally or doing physically to help you get beyond whatever that business obstacle was?
I would say, man, you know, to feed off what Mo was talking about earlier, is like us not talking about our faith and, you know, prayer, like in public settings is something that, you know, we can do now. It's like we do things like together. So reading books together. But like, I'll never forget one of the most impactful moments we had. We were at the time that we were designing our Nike, was still a tough time in business. You know what I'm saying? And so we were out in Portland at the Nike facility, and you know, we made time to go hiking. And you know, I thank God for my brothers being my brothers, because at that time I really wasn't quite in shape. You know what I'm saying? And the hike was, you know what I'm saying? It was. They got some good trails out there. That's all I'm gonna say. And but we made it to the top. You know what I'm saying? And we prayed, looking over the city, man. We just prayed on the future of our business as three. You know, and you know, every moment that we've had where it seems like we don't have the answers, it's like we had to take them straight to God. And then that gives you the comfort in business to know that, man, even if we crap out, like, man, God got us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He gonna open up a door somewhere that wasn't there already. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand too, like, as a human, sometimes the possibilities that your mind, you know, can come up with, you know, is capped. Like, only God know what the real future is, so you gotta go to him and tap in. He gonna make a way. Yeah, for sure.
Perfectly said, man. I think like just faith, man. It really is, because it's as simple as that might sound, but it's the truth. It's just faith, because you don't know what the outcome of something is gonna be. Like, you really don't know. You know what I mean? You open up a location, you could have done everything right, checked all the boxes, but I mean, ultimately, you don't know what this is gonna look like and what the other side, if it doesn't work, is gonna look like. And that's just like, man, it is faith for real. Because, you know, it's been moments that, man, brought you down to your knees. I'm talking about for real, like, you on your knees like, God, what the hell are we about to do in this particular situation? You know what I mean? And you just, man, if you don't have like a level of faith, and you just just like believe that God gonna see you through is, man, I feel sorry for you almost, because it's like, you know, man, for real, because, you know, what are you tapping into? Like, yourself? Like, we all get drained, you know what I mean? We all, it's some cap that we naturally gonna hit. So I would say that. And like, man, I feel like all of us sitting right here are very, very, very fortunate to have people that like this.
Yeah,
this.
great support system.
Man, the
friends.
support system,
Yeah.
like, man, to
Family.
be able to call, you know, a lot of our mutual friends at that, to like just be able to talk to them, and they just sometimes just say the perfect thing for you. You know what I mean? Todd will remind you of some silly shit y'all did back in the day, and it's just like, he just snap you up out of it. You know what I mean? Talking to Smoke. You know what I mean? It's just having like great people that's around you outside of your family. You know what I mean? Having, you know, like brothers that you know are going through some very, very similar things. And that's like, man, sometimes that's all you need, you know. Well, not all you need. It's, you know, that's the next thing that you need. So, man, like that faith in God and just a support system, and like and being vulnerable enough with your support system. Because sometimes, sometimes you just got to release it. Just got to get it on out, man. Just say it, and not be so concerned with how you might feel like it sound, you know. And vulnerability with your people, man, is important, you know, because it takes some of that stress, that pressure away, and it gives you like a little sounding board to say, man, bro, it's gonna be cool, bro. Like, you know, I dealt with that. Or they might not say nothing, but it's just like you just feel the pulse of the moment, and it's just like, it's nothing like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't say it better than that. And then, you know, also just family, you know what I mean? Friends, family, you know, my wife, you know what I mean? True, like, just like down for me, like, you know, just hold me down during my stressful moments, you know what I'm saying? My kids, you know, but also, you know, our kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, to see, like, children, like, really be, like, for real, like, the light of the world, you know what I mean? Like, it don't even really matter, because they ain't really seeing how stressed you are, how much you, like,
Nor do they
don't
care.
give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you stressed? Let's go outside. Let's go to the park. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, for real, you had a hard day. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? School was hard, too. You know what I'm saying? ABCs is hard today. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, but, you know, but also just like other outlets, too, like exercise. You know what I mean? Hiking, riding bikes. It was like Shu just talked about, like, it was a time where I was rolling on the bike.
Yeah,
Whoever thought, you know, big nigga 250 roll. I'm talking about
yeah.
rolling on the bike. You know what I'm saying? Doing 50, 60 miles. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you gotta be able to find you have to find outlets outside of like the shit that like destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all been there before. Like, we might have drank a little too much because we stressed, smoked a little too much because we stressed, indulged in other things, the et ceteras, because we stressed. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, man, that's like all things that don't really help manage our stress. And you know what I mean? So
Oftentimes make it worse.
yeah, make it worse. You know what I mean? So other outlets, like, you know, diving into books, reading. You know what I mean?
What's the last book y'all read together?
There we go. Come on, man. That was the. Yeah, we
getting there. We gonna get there. What was the last book y'all read?
The last book I read was All About Love. It was a Bell Hooks book.
I read that.
You read that?
I read it like 3-4 months ago.
For real?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good book, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I just read 5 Dysfunctions of a Teen. Just
Pat Lencioni. Yeah.
listen to it actually, but you know,
Yeah,
that's
still
his
count.
shit.
Yeah.
Rich Pile story.
Yeah.
You listen to it or read it?
I read it. I was inspired by his relationship with his pops. We had very similar like relationships growing up. Pop's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And you know, teaching you lessons just by having you on the hip, man to man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was cool.
I want to go back a little bit. You talked about like fathers. All three of y'all fathers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I ain't no father.
Everybody but him.
Everybody but me.
So we'll take your time.
I will.
Take your time, young man.
I will. But you know, if I'm thinking about getting in the arena, I'm thinking about putting my bid in.
Mhm.
What?
He want to know where babies come from.
What's the story? What? I mean, did they just drop it off, or you gotta go pick it up? You take it.
They just dropped that motherfucker off, man. You like, God damn, you cost a lot of money.
Man, from the jump.
Fatherhood being something we have all in common. You know, some of our children even, you know, kick it. They playmates and friends and do the whole birthday party circuit together and all that. You mentioned it as being like I guess a grounding influence or a light. Like, I could agree with that. Like, how does y'all roles as fathers run parallel to like businessmen and the rest of the journey? You know, because you mentioned family being like the thing that pulled you out of certain spaces, and you know, we all like proud fathers. That's something that we try to like lead with and promote and advocate. Not that we should have to, but you know, in our communities, you just mentioned being close to the hip with your dad and being led by example. You know, some of us didn't necessarily have that direct example. Sometimes we maybe had the opposite. We kind of learned what not to do through, but I think we're all like proud and present fathers as the hood we rep as fatherhood. So if y'all could speak to that just from your unique perspectives as businessmen and otherwise.
Man, I think, man, you know what, man, fatherhood has not been like, of course, like, you know, it's like I've never been the father of a 13-year-old girl. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like you got to give myself grace. You know what I'm saying? In that arena, right? Get ready, sir. But
I'm closer to him.
Oh yeah. Yours about to be
soon.
13 soon. Yeah. So, but man, you know what? Next, like, man, we always been like some responsible dudes. You feel what I'm saying? So, what kind of? But I'm saying, like, we took care of our business when we needed to take care of it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I ain't have to adjust to being like, you know, of course, like, with maturity you get better. You know what I mean? But it wasn't never like, man, I wasn't never not gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of like how much money I had or didn't have, like, I'm gonna show up. At the very least, I'm gonna be present. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, some of us, you know, in this room missed out on that presence a lot. You know what I'm saying? When we needed it most. You know, and I think, you know, I know, you know, your story. I know every, you know, except for Jimmy and Carlos' story, but I know y'all's, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I remember times Shoot Daddy was in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And he you know, he moved to Atlanta with, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was times of, I don't know, absence, I guess, maybe, that he felt. You too, you know what I'm saying? EJ, you know what I'm saying? Then me and Clinton seeing how him and his daddy jail was like, damn, I gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing like, for me, it wasn't nothing that I had to adjust to. It's been just a beautiful thing that I don't never want to miss. And when I miss it, I miss it. You know what I'm saying? When I ain't there present, like, you know, but again, it's like, man, again, give myself grace, like, nigga handling business too. They gotta eat, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't making excuses. Right. I'm not making that the head of
right.
of you know, it's not taking over the responsibilities that I got as a father. So, but it correlated in business though, because in business, like, man, you constantly gotta show up for people. You constantly got a responsibility to these people to make the right decisions, good decisions, you know what I mean? Or a decision that you don't know which way it's gonna go, but you gotta make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Because not making a decision is making a decision. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So, but in fatherhood, like, you always gotta make a decision. The worst decision to make every day is what we eating tonight. Goddamn, like, I don't know tonight, like. You tell me, but I'm just saying. But you got right. But you got to make a decision, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So in business, same thing. Like, you got to make a decision. You got to, and you got principles that you got to stand on. Just like father, you know, it's a new day every day, just like in fatherhood. You know what I mean? So that's how those things relate for me.
And I mean, it's like the old saying goes, like, you know, character is what you do when nobody's watching, right? It's like, like I feel like fatherhood kind of, you know, defines your character as a man for sure. It's like the first time you riding and you just thinking, like, you know your kid in the car, but you know you just driving, you know you looking out the window and what you focused on, but then you look in that rear view and they looking right at you. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the story of your life. Like your child is looking at you to figure out how this thing works. You know what I'm saying? So same thing in business. Your employees, your customers, your investors, et cetera, like they all looking at you to see how this thing gonna work. Like, what's your character? You know what I'm saying? You gotta build off of that, man. And shit, you know, for me, you know, speaking of like having fun and wild times, like I was the last of the Mohicans of the trio having a kid, and I needed one. You know what I'm saying? I needed one. This thing could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? I needed somebody to reel me in. And it's for damn sure gonna do that, bro.
I forgot the Clint stories.
Yeah, it's gonna reel you in.
We gonna spare them.
We gonna go back to our origin story back on them HBCU tour buses.
And father, for me, it's like, especially like having the boys in the house, my daughter in Atlanta, it's like, it is such a great feeling, man, to like, it's just the joy and the energy you get from them, man, that you just need, you know, and you don't even realize it sometimes, but you just need it. Like, you just need to see their face, talk to, just even in that little short mini conversation. It's just like, man, you just need it. And that oftentimes, man, just makes it all worth it, you know? Real simple.
Yeah. Man, the piece of it all, like I was having some, you know, post like major event, you know what I'm saying, in our lives, like I was having some anxiety, like, and like my, you know, before I went and, you know, got, you know, something to help me with that, like my remedy was like opening up my phone and like looking at videos of my kid. It would bring me back. It would bring me back down to where I wasn't focused on like whatever it was that was wearing me at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's that peace. You know?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's presence. I think that's like your presence, their presence, the reciprocity of it is a bright spot and definitely like a grounding force. 'Cause you mentioned it, Mo, you was like, shit, I never want to not be there, and sometimes I can't or whatever. And it's like the balancing act, the juggling act of commitments, and then ultimately like this is what I'm most committed for. This is what I'm doing all the rest of the stuff for. Like when you say you needed it to realize is we doing what we do, but it's more than, it's not just about me.
Yeah.
It's not just about like having the most fun, but it's like, let's make this shit count. Let's have something to show for it. And man, I think that's great to hear where y'all stand with it, and that I feel like we all got that in common, and we kind of running the same race.
Yeah.
In terms of that, and like we told you, Los, you'll never be ready. So
You never be ready.
You know, just prepare yourself
Never
as
right
best
time.
you can.
Yeah, and you ain't gonna be perfect.
Right. That's
Take that to the bank.
Oh, you gonna definitely take it
yeah.
to
You
the
going
bank.
to the bank
Every day.
Don't cost.
Don't cost you.
This is kind of like a wild card thing, but I want to know, and if it's too edgy or otherwise, I want to speak to the idea of being Nashville hot, if you will. I know, I guess you would like, you can think hot chicken and otherwise, but like you guys' profile has raised like infinitely in the last 10 years. You know, like we chronicled the backstory and how y'all arrived at getting into the hospitality, food service side of things and where it's gone. But like, y'all had success before y'all got into this business, but the business that y'all in is like raised y'all profile, like elevated y'all face card. I think, you know, y'all's always like reasonably like popular dudes around here. Like we from here. But it's a different thing when people know you prior to being introduced, or you walking in rooms and everybody like recognizes you for something specific. I can relate to it, but like I know that it's a difficult thing to describe.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing to navigate at times, because like notoriety and fame, prestige, whatever. Like, but I say Nashville hot in the sense of like we're from here. Like I said, like you probably can go to the same places you've always gone to and get treated different.
Yeah, for sure.
And that goes each way.
Yeah.
That goes plus and minus.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
people that embrace you, that, you know, celebrate you, prop you up, and then there's people that cut their eyes at you like, man, these niggas think they all there because they just got 11 restaurants. Man. Like, you know, and
Gonna hit you with the little restaurant.
yeah. No, I said 11 restaurants.
Oh, 11,
yeah,
but
that's
with the little.
Got the little pizza shit. That's the pizza nigga.
Yeah.
But you know, like how do you take that in stride? Like it sounds like y'all figured it out or went through enough of it to probably have a fair perspective of it. But like I said, we all from here. Like people probably go through this wherever they from.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's people putting a lid on the box that they already put you in and maybe you don't even belong in a box, or the people projecting shit onto you. Like, I'm asking because I'm 20 plus years in of dealing with it myself, and it oscillates, you know what I'm saying? But what does it look like for y'all? Because y'all my guys, I've had the same relationship with y'all the entire time. You know what I'm saying? I only feel a sense of like pride in the attachment and the bond that we have. I'm just cheering for you and happy for all the blessings, but I know it don't always go like that.
Yeah, no.
You know,
No, man, Nate, listen. I love my city. You know what I'm saying? I rep it everywhere I go. I feel like being black and from Nashville is unique because, you know, until we got to college, I didn't realize that people from the outside looking in don't consider Nashville the same way we considered it growing up, right? They viewed it as a country town, you know what I'm saying? A white city, you know what I mean? And I never thought about that growing up because neighborhoods were different. We grew up in our circles. We were in black organizations, listening to black music from the city, you know what I'm saying? Sports teams were all black, you know what I mean? So my eyes didn't really open up to the city of Nashville and how it truly operates until we got to college, and some of my teammates from other places that was coming to the city was like, oh, I ain't know y'all had all this going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, like now I'm seeing how the people see the city. With that being said, Nashville now, because just to being honest, like on a per capita situation, like we don't have the numbers that breed as much ideas and successful entrepreneurs or millionaires as a Memphis or an Atlanta or a Houston, DC, or some just larger cities, right? And so naturally, you just got to come to the grips with that being said, and a smaller pool of successful people, and more non-successful people than successful, you know what I'm saying? Just to be honest, like there's going to be some hate, you know what I'm saying, that comes with the success. And for me, you know, as of recently, especially, because, you know what I'm saying, there was some controversies on decisions that we made for the neighborhood, and there was groups of people that I never met before that's just speaking on our business and talking about, you know, we taking bribes from the city and, you know what I'm saying, hey, go boycott Slim and Huskies. And it's like, man, I've never met you. Like, how can you, like, challenge my character like that? Like, you know nothing about me and or why I'm, you know what I'm saying, speaking up on what I'm speaking up on, right? So it's like, you know, as of recent, we really felt like how the truth of being hot in Nashville, and what not just being hot, but being on the top of the totem pole, really, of like what being hot in Nashville is right now, right? Like one of the only brands that has branched out, you know what I'm saying, outside of Nashville and taking something they birthed and like starting to put in other places where it's become successful, right? And that breeds a lot of heat, you know what I'm saying? But it also breeds a lot of love. And I think for me, what gets me past all of that is just, you know, going to other places and getting inspired by other, you know what I'm saying, entrepreneurs and successful people that have done major things and are dealing with the same thing we're dealing with in their cities. You know what I'm saying? Where there's even more hate because there's more people. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, you know, there's a certain point in Nashville where, you know, like I look at our brand now as I don't want to just be hot in Nashville. Like I want to take what we created here and I want to take it to the world. The same way like Princess was birthed here, and now, you know what I'm saying, they're the reason hot chicken is so hot everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be the reason, you know what I'm saying, like the youth are looking up and say, I can do that, man, because I saw Slim and Huskies over in London and Tokyo and Toronto, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, so when you have that mindset, like all that noise that comes in with being Nashville hot and all that love that comes in, like you start to appreciate the love and just pushing the, you know what I'm saying, the hate away, because you know that like the bigger picture is the reason why certain people feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Some of it, and it's like the nature of people too. Like you just understand it's not really always a black thing. It's just, man, sometimes it's just people. Like people sometimes just can't stand to see someone who's been in a close proximity progress past them. You know what I mean? And oftentimes it's not even progressing past them. We're just on our journey, following the direction that God done gave us, and we doing what we do. And it's, you know, and we're, sometimes the problem with it though is like, man, we've always been super humble and just like, man, just been very approachable people. And so when you do get met with certain things, you do some, like we're human beings too, so you do be like, damn, you know, it's like that, you know. But man, I'm just so thankful that we don't sit in it and worry about it, because it's like, man, when you got you know deals you working on at this college, and you trying to get in airports, and you trying to like grow a business, it's like, man, you oftentimes just don't even got time to focus on it. You see it, you take a note, you place it in a proper place you gonna put it in, and then you just keep it moving, because it's, man, don't matter at the end of the day anyway. Like I said earlier, it's like it matters in that small moment, but we all ain't gonna be thinking about it in 2 weeks, because everybody else's life keep going and it's over. It don't even matter. But there has been moments where it sucks, you know what I'm saying, because you do feel like, man, we done did, like, you know, you do have that moment, but man, that lasts and it's out your head, you know. So
Yeah, I think number one, like being Nashville hot for us has been way more fun than it's been met with the bullshit. Like I just said in the beginning, like, you know, you're gonna be met with some opposition, you're gonna be met with a lot of things, but man, we don't have a fucking ball. You feel me? Like, I ain't finna even stun. Like, man, we don't have a ball across the country. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you pull up and when we in SAC, man, they know who we are, bro. When we in Houston, we rocking with the best, the most popular restaurateur down there, Marcus at the Breakfast Club. You feel what I'm saying? Like when we go to Chicago, New York, wherever, it doesn't matter. Like we tapping in Atlanta, like we tapping in with who we need to tap in with, and they kicking it with us, and they showing us love. And you know, we did some shit with Bon B and what's the homie's name? Trap Kitchen in Vegas, and been on stage introducing Pusha T. You feel what I'm saying? In DC, it's like, man, all the shit that we have come up against in this city, and not just anywhere, but when you got something you present to the world, and especially to your community, like you gotta know that this just gonna happen. Like you gotta know that people are gonna root for you, and there's gonna be people that root against you. You know what I'm saying? But one got to outweigh the other. And we've been blessed to have the folks that root for us a lot more. You know what I mean? Like, and it ain't even just a Nashville thing. This is just a community. This is a human being thing. You know what I'm saying? And I read the Miseducation of a Negro, bro. Man, y'all. Number one, that was the thinnest, hardest book I ever read. You know what I'm saying? Because the language in it is so just out there. But I mean, when was this book written? You know, Jimmy, when the book, I don't know the year.
A long time ago.
But a long goddamn time ago. And this shit been happening for a long time. Then you read the Bible and the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, if folks crucified a man that was trying to save the world, they damn sure gonna crucify some niggas that's selling some pizza.
That's a bar right there. You need to put that inside the pizza box. Jesus Christ.
You feel me? Who am I? You feel what I'm saying? Really is what I'm saying though. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? Sure, And so, you know, but I know that we don't have a ball, and we've always worked hard, just like you've done, bro. I've watched you. You didn't want to just always be a Nashville artist, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no. Never. You feel me? So it's like, man, you know, I've traveled with you, so I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, if more of us thought globally about our businesses and what we do in this community, in this city, man, we would be better off. Promise you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Take the lid off the box.
Take the lid off the box and go take this shit on the road. And that's exactly the that's some shit that we used to say, oh man, we finna take this thing on the road. Yeah, and we took it on the road and still taking on the road. We got some shit popping in other cities. Man, I was just in Chicago, bro. I'm with Magic Johnson, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't you know what I'm saying? You feel me? By way of the homie Charles Johnson, no relation, bro, other than being the president of Sodexo Magic, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and Clint, me and Clint was chopping up. Clint was like, man, you want me? I sent him the picture, you know what I'm saying? Clint was like, you want me to post it? Like, nah, we ain't posting that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't even on the gram. You feel what I'm saying? But nah, we ain't gonna post that shit. Because it's like, man, it's like, you got to be bigger. You got to be thinking bigger. And the problem is, a lot of times in our communities, bro, we just put ourselves in these boxes, bro. And it's like, man, number one, we don't belong in a box. This is the world is big, bro. Yeah, and the world isn't a box. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The sky ain't the limit. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's something above the sky. You feel what I'm saying? Go shoot for that. And I think, man, we just sometimes we can't see the shit that if it ain't in front of us, we can't believe it, we can't see it. And then what that breeds is fear. And what fear breeds is hate. When somebody do it. And it's like, damn, that could have been me. Maybe or maybe not. Because what's for you is what's for you. You know what I'm saying?
I think the majority of people you were speaking about, like, that being way more unsuccessful, you know, well, success being a rarity. I think a lot of times people are afraid of success. And like you said, when you see it, one, you don't recognize it because it's uncommon, but you do kind of fear/loathe it. Because although, like you said, I think anyone is, you know, capable of whatever until they start imposing limits on themselves for environmental things. But, like, the thing that I hope that people are able to take from, like, this convo or y'all sharing y'all story, y'all journey, y'all perspective is that, like, we all come from the same place, like, natively. Like, we come from the same environments, the same areas, same neighborhoods, the same school. These guys are all product of Nashville public schools, from HBCU, educated. Like, they just stayed down. They never quit. They stuck together. And it's not common. You just don't see it. You know, more times than not, you hierarchy of shit is what things crumble. Like, everybody want to be the man. Yeah. Everybody want to be the front runner of what's going on. Or people are aiming for some, like, perception of, like, like you said, like a perception of success that you reached to attain a certain level, rather than actually doing the work and having an asset behind you and striving past it. Yeah, like, because shit, I believe in the spirit of, like, overachievement. Like even when something goes right, like you were saying, taking inventory of the successes and not just when something goes right, I'm trying to double down on it. Let's do it again. Like let's do it bigger, better. Like that shit was fun. It was hard. Like what's next? You know, and a lot of times people are just basking in it. Even I mean, and I do believe in celebrating the small wins, and I think that's important too. But a lot of times people spend so much time and energy sizing each other up, and that like other people's achievements or failures even become the measuring stick as opposed to like actually goal setting and focused on achievement and striving to stand down. So
damn if you do, damn if they don't.
No, go ahead.
I think it's important too, you know, as you start to climb in your careers, that you know, I don't think anybody owes anybody, you know, an opportunity, but I do think there's power in collaboration. And you know some of the things I do like seeing of those in our city who are Nashville hot, that I think breeds even more success for them is when they, you know, choose to collaborate with others here. So it's like, I had doors open for me. You've got your label, you know what I'm saying? You bringing younger artists up. Same with us with, you know, the piece of art and music and being collaborative with artists. Like, you know, you got to take or be intentional about, you know, giving other people opportunity, because we wouldn't be what we were if other people didn't open up doors for us. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you got to cut somebody a check all the time, or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, consult them. But, you know, if there's a space where they fit in your path that could help, you know what I'm saying, get them more notoriety or just visibility, it's like collaboration is a language. And we have to do our job to, you know, reach back and put people in position. And I think the best people in our city take the opportunity to do that.
Can you name like one or two people who done that for y'all as far as like Slim and Huskies, who you feel like, you know, has been vital piece part?
Yeah, more than two.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think, you know, for us, I would say, Mo mentioned one earlier. I got to shout him back out. It's just, you know, Mr. Liggins and their family. When I talked about, you know, us building a building without even having, you know what I'm saying, everything figured out. There were times on our first restaurant where they held us down when there was some stuff due.
Sure did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we in the garage figuring it out. We got big ambitions, and if we would did on any other company, you know, they would have stopped the progress. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it kept on going until it's like, we got you. And he's like, I appreciate you. But it's like that's like somebody truly being invested in and believing in what you got going on, right? You know, obviously, we've got several, you know, that people wouldn't even realize, like, from a culinary side, like Pat Martin, you know what I'm saying, has been influential, letting us come in, use their kitchen and resources, like the owner of Martin's Barbecue. You know what I mean? And somebody, you know, we can call on for advice here and there. You know, we got great relationships with, you know, Princess.
Miss Andrew.
Yeah, you know, she's always been supportive of us.
Clint, I think you can't even do it, bro, because
You feel me?
it's so many, bro. It's like
yeah.
so many people that's like known and unknown that have like been there for us.
Don't want to
bro.
leave nobody
Like,
out.
don't want to leave nobody out. And it's just like, man, I mean, we have collabed, and there have been people, man, that have brought us, like, help bring us up out some shit. You feel what I'm saying? But not even in Nashville, though. Like, homies in Memphis, you feel what I'm saying? It's like,
Texas,
fuck with us. Texas, like, we need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just, I think that there's too many to name, and there's like different stages in business that they've come through. You know what I'm saying? But it don't happen if you on the bullshit.
Yeah.
People
Face
ain't,
card gotta be good.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be good. And even when you ain't perfect, somebody really can see, like, man, you know what? I know they just going through some shit. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, man, collaboration, man, is like Clint said, and I think that's how we got on. It's like, man, it don't always happen out front. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't always. It's like, and it don't always be a collab. Like in a sense of like what I can do for you and what you can do for me. Sometimes the collab is like what I can do for you or what you can just do for me, and I ain't got nothing for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like we've experienced that so much. You know what I mean? From several, or you know, your name being talked about and opportunities come and. I mean, all of us don't experience that. You feel what I'm saying? Like when we not even when we in like a place of need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A desperation. It's just like folks just rocking with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like what it is. They ain't rocking with you because you got a product, a talent, or whatever that is, or you just a good person. You feel what I'm saying? Or you don't looked out for somebody else and that's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't taking advantage of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna come to you like that. Like, you know, we all done something together.
Yeah.
All of us have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been great. You know what I'm saying? It's always been cool, and it wasn't no static because that's just a testament to the type of people you know what I mean? Yeah, some motherfuckers will surprise you, but most motherfuckers won't.
It's all about who you surround yourself with. Before we...
Yeah, I wanted to mention that the guys are featured on the Not the Country You Know documentary piece that'll be airing, screening soon. We just submitted to some film festivals, so that's why I hadn't got publicized. But they cameoed there, kind of profiled the business, and otherwise it was about 10 businesses that, like, was highlighting an unseen, like, part of Nashville. If you haven't been here, you're not tapped in. And like the premise of the album and documentary especially was to give you kind of a guided tour. And with us being Nashville natives, I wanted to ask, because y'all in the restaurant space and for listeners and viewers, if y'all could give me, I guess, I'd say top 3, since it's 3 of y'all individually, like if y'all, like, other than Slim and Huskies, what are y'all favorite Nashville-centric food spots?
Wow. Princess for sure. Fuck it. Like, that's gotta go. I grew up in Hillhurst, bro.
Yeah, the first time I ate Princess, I was spending the night over your house.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Went to Princess.
Went to Princess. That was like, that was a Friday night like ritual. You know what I'm saying? It was like Princess.
They open at 4 in the morning.
Waiting on Princess to go to pick a flick. You know what I'm saying? And not even that type. It was a movie store called Pick a Flick. You know what I'm saying? VHS. You feel what I'm saying?
I was like,
Pick a Flick, man. It was a spot, man. It was like, you know, Blockbuster was around, but it was just local, like, you know what I'm saying?
Ed's Fish.
Ed's for sure.
Ed's Fish.
Ain't no bigger flex, man, than, you know, having a little friend with you and you pull up, order a fish sandwich, they just throw it to you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Sweats, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Star, that ain't cool, bro, to put us on the spot like that.
I got one I go to every week. Man, that's the Horn.
Oh, yeah,
It's
the Horn. They do got these
Ethiopian coffee shop. They got one out south on Fetchers. They got another one. I'm sorry, on Lafayette, and another one by Vanderbilt.
Show people.
Philly
what's the name
cheesesteak.
of it? Are you trying to come Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's two.
Man, I don't know, man. This I'm just talking about the staples. Like I ain't even finna talk about nobody beyond that didn't open after 1980, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm staying with Princess, Ed's, Sweats,
Cal's Country Kitchen.
Cal's. Yep. I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah.
Man.
It's good.
All right, what about in the modern space? Like, I know you said them what's on the rise? What's on y'all radar? Something that's popped up semi-recently that
we just like it, rocking with. Man, you know, I can't leave the homies. I mean, I don't know. It's unfair for me. I won't ever be on a music podcast and not say Star Lito.
I'm talking about food, man.
Oh, we gotta
No, I'm talking about like Ducos, Makeshift, Plain Jane. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta just, you know, Buck Cannon, you know, Trap House Wing, they cracking. They cracking, man. I love. I'm peeping them, bro. They got some official wings, the homies from the M. You know what I'm saying? Like QC doing their thing, Buck doing his thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just keep it on the buck. Keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Jason Eskridge too.
Yeah.
Load and Doc.
Load and Doc. You know what I'm saying? The Aura. They got. Have y'all seen the music venue? You know what I'm saying? Corey Mason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dope. You know what I mean? Some shit unseen before. So,
well, you letting us know y'all in the hospitality world, so y'all putting us on a little something right here. We're gonna have to go venture out to and see.
Yeah, it's so many Chicago chicken and waffle. The homie Daryl.
You can go get your cool bite at the Nashville Black Market though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some hospitality going on in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Here first Friday.
Yeah.
Hey. Here first Friday. Yeah. So look, man, spin this back around. What y'all working on? What can we talk about a progress report every podcast. And so me and the fellas, we've been kind of keeping each other accountable. We ain't been kind of doing it. We've been doing it. So we've been holding each other's space to stay accountable and make sure we work on some of the stuff that we say we're gonna work on each podcast, and we'll double back each episode and say, you've been working on this, you've been doing what you say you've been doing.
Right.
So
like you've been reading your book. There's the answer.
See, he sets himself up for it every time.
Every week.
We're gonna make him read on camera on one of these. I'm starting to question.
Make sure
I can read, man. No. All right, back to them, man.
So individually, for the progress report, what are y'all working on individually? Because I think we'll definitely explore what
y'all working on business wise, but like as fathers, as men in your community, like a couple of times y'all talked about respect, integrity, and character, and I think those are some things I hope people been taking some notes, because y'all been dropping some real good information about like how to deal with conflict amongst people that you care about and that you in a relationship with. But like, what are some things that y'all working on personally? Whether it's be a better dad, be a better father, be a better man, whatever it is.
Or ventures.
I think all those are like the constant. I say like, man, learning, immersing myself in like technology and like AI, and just like figuring out a better way to do business. And what in our business are we doing that is just normal for us that we can turn into some form of technology or usable software to, because I mean, the world is rapidly changing, and the restaurant space is rapidly changing, and you just want to, and like that's one of my biggest things, like just really like immersing myself in the inner workings, you know what I mean, of coding and technology and all that. So yeah,
I would say balance. Man, we've been going so hard for the last 10 years with no breaks. I think you told me the other day, you was like, I took my first vacation in some years. Like, and it's like, man, burnout is real. You got to be careful, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about burnout is it affects more than just you. Like, we all got kids and relationships and, you know what I'm saying, older parents now, siblings. It's like, man, I don't want to, be in a position where I lose time with the people that help mold me and help me become who I am, because I'm overly engulfed in like one thing, and that's my company. So, it's like, got to make time for yourself, you got to make time for your family, but, you got to make time for your business too, and like having a healthy balance of how that gets done is like one thing that I really am focused on right now.
Yeah. What about you, Mo?
A couple of things, man. I think kind of like constant. It's for me, it's like, again, giving myself grace. Like I be hard on myself and be, you know what I mean. So just working on that. Man, business development. Like I think we had an article about 5 years ago, maybe to come out on one of these things we were featured in. Ask like, what do I see myself in 5 years, right? It's like, man, I want to be a master negotiator, master deal maker. Like, Clarence Avant. Like I watched that documentary, The Black Godfather, like at least 3 times a year, and I just love how he was grooving and putting his people on, but also making some money at the same time, but making other people money and just like standing on like just like these morals, but like making deals though, and I have been blessed to be put in position to not just make deals for Slim and Huskies on the higher ed and the airport side, but also, and just relationships, but also at First Bank, like on business. So I do business development officer for First Bank, and I've learned you just crazy if when you let God work, and he just gonna put you in spaces, right? Like I've learned how deals are made, huge deals are made by being in a room every day when you got a $50-60 million deal on the table, and it's all these structures and ways to structure this deal and how to make this happen, and then some of the blind spots in the deals, you know what I mean? Like, and I take that what I learned in those boardrooms, because I've never had a corporate gig ever, you know what I'm saying? But I take what I learned in those spaces and seeing the power dynamics in those spaces and apply that to Slim Huskies. And we got some dope shit coming up. Fingers crossed, Lord willing. We got some dope ass shit coming up in some different cities and some schools and some airports. That you know, it's just for us to come to fruition. So to be a deal maker, like, it's something that I'm constantly working on. Reading books, like I'm not reading bell hooks all about love, just about love. It's just about like how to infuse humanity into like doing business and making deals, because it's lost. We think we got to be dog eat dog every time we make a deal, or we take this capitalist approach when we making deals. Like somebody's got to walk away mad. You feel what I'm saying? Or both of us have to walk away kind of unhappy. And like, why? Everybody can walk away with a win. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing I'm working on. And then just kind of pouring into some of the young homies, like, you know, like the homie Zaire with It's a Philly thing. Like I love that little dude. You know what I'm saying? Because like he really is like, he really wants to be great. You know what I'm saying? And taking on like the responsibility of like, man, just hitting him up and pouring into him, man. And some other like business owners, Malia and Barry, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Roll Forever, like just the younger ones out here that like, man, you don't got to make the same mistakes we made, but you're going to make your mistakes though. And I don't ever leave that out. But you know, just being a better, I don't want to be a mentor, for real. I don't want to be a mentor. I don't want to be a mentor. I just want to be somebody a person that you trust to call, because I think mentorship is just like, we use that shit too much. And then when you get a mentor, like you find yourself doing everything the damn mentor said do. But you lose you in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just holler at me when you got a little issue. I'm going to tell you what I did, but you going to do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? And so I don't really want to be a mentor. I just want to be just somebody that other young entrepreneurs in the city can lean on.
Most entrepreneurs are over-mentored and underfunded.
Yeah, right? For real.
What they say.
Hey, Shu, what you working on?
Man, I was listening to all the, I'm just processing all the things they just talked about. So I think what I'm gonna work on this week is, you know, I'm gonna watch these videos back and I'm gonna take some notes, figure out what can I apply to what I got going on.
I like that. That's dope. Jimmy, what you working on?
Man,
That rap.
Just straight through.
nah, he back. Man, a lot of shit, man. I you know, patience is something I've said multiple times, and I've gotten better at it. I don't know if y'all experience it when y'all work out, like your testosterone get real high. You know, they don't like when I talk about it. But it's real. I don't give a fuck them. But like, I'm just overly horny. And, when you go to the gym and shit, you just, you know what I mean? And I ain't always got somebody at the house, so
Take it out on yourself.
here we go. You know what I mean? I got a big ass thing of lube on this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just working on this.
Star, what you working on, bro?
Let it
Man, so he go home, man. Get him out of here, man.
I'm working on the promoting these concerts, getting out on the road, and that's a process because I'm promoting some of the majority of them myself. I'll be heading up to 520 Day. With shout out to Club 520. And that's May 23rd in Indianapolis. But other than that gig there, the other shows is in support of the Not the Country You Know album. We'll be in Memphis May 29th at Minglewood Hall. We'll be here in Nashville at Exit In on June 5th. We'll be in Dallas, Texas at Trees on June 13th. And we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky at Headliners on July 3rd. And all the tickets are at grindhard.com/tour. I'm working on that. I'm promoting my show. See, like how I did that there. But yeah, that's on a professional end. That's like a super priority to me right now. I'm trying to like Clint said, the balance part of it. I trying to stay in tune with myself and the fitness journey. My guy Jimmy had mentioned about a month ago that I don't be running 100 miles in a month no more, and that's why he felt compelled to challenge me in the last 5K, which he's right now suffering through the agony of defeat. But I did clear. I'm at 97 miles for this month, and so tomorrow I'll be at 100 for the month. So I appreciate the nudge in the right direction to get back to where I was. And overall, like I'm working still on my fitness journey. I'm about to get back into weight training since it's clear that he's not a formidable opponent, and I can kind of get drift from the cardio. Well, nah, but I mean, it was true. Well, like I said, we're doing the Speedway 5000, so I'm working on fitness and keeping my mind clear. The hiking and the running is very much that. I think I mentioned, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable to get back into therapy.
Yeah,
because this is the closest thing that I maybe have to it currently, and I do appreciate the space that this offers me and everyone that's come along thus far in terms of audience and subscribership and otherwise. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, follow, comment below. I'm just adding on to it, collaborating. But what are you working on,
Loso?
DJ Party?
My bad. This one. Okay, all right. I'm working on self-control. In a good way. Just self-control, spending money, just habits. And then also just like my brand and like me, like what's for me and what's not for me. So it's been a work in progress. It's been a balance, like you said, Clint, just balance and act, trying to do all the things, be all the things for everybody. I'm the man of the house, with a man of my family. So it's like I got grandmamas, aunties, nieces, nephews, mamas, sisters, brothers, wife. Like, so it's just a lot trying to deal with. And they think I'm rich. I ain't rich at all, bro. Like, not at
Don't
all.
have no kids then.
See what I'm saying? But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm a work in progress. I don't know about y'all out there in the chat. If you're a work in progress, put what you working on in the chat right now. Like he said, like, share, subscribe, comment, support, join the group. You get the podcast a little bit early. Yeah. Put it in there. You get it early if you join the group too, so you can watch this a couple days before somebody else see it. Then you can already know what we talking about. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Make sure you following us on all social media platforms. Make sure you holler at us. Make sure you let us know what you like, what you don't like. Comment in the chat. Talk about Jimmy and shoot. Let them.
Don't matter that. Don't talk
Y'all
shit
got a
about me.
wager coming up on the next one? On the Juneteenth race?
what's the Juneteenth race at?
Shelby Park. It's
Oh, for
it's
real?
in Shelby Park. I ran it the last 2 years.
What is it? 5K?
That's a 5K.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get in if y'all in town. Y'all
Yeah,
get in
I do it
with
if
us.
I'm in
You got
town,
2
for sure.
months.
It says a 2K.
It's a
5K.
5K. I got lost last year. I got off the course and ran about an
Oh, you
extra
was that
mile
far
and a
ahead?
half. Nah, I just missed the cone where I was supposed to turn around and was like by
Hey
myself.
man, I love this, man. This is a dope podcast.
Yeah,
man.
for
Man,
sure.
we appreciate y'all
Yeah,
coming
man.
on for real and sharing the stories that y'all share, being vulnerable. We think it's important for black men to have these conversations, you know, especially like Maine said earlier, all us being from Nashville, having so many different levels of connectivity, you know, throughout our lives. And you know, like Maine said, being from Nashville, having spent time in Atlanta during high school and then coming back, you know, it wasn't a lot to be proud about from Nashville from a black perspective at our age group and our demographic. It seemed like all the glory days were before or after,
Yeah.
you know, to come. And y'all kind of brought that back for us, for our generation, for our age group. And so, man, definitely commend y'all for what y'all doing. Looking forward to what y'all got in store, because I know y'all ain't gonna stop. But thank y'all
Can't
for
stop.
being here.
But you can't say can't stop, won't stop.
No, you can't. No, diddy.
They ain't stopping. Yeah. They ain't stopping. Hey, W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This is another episode of Work in Progress. We'll see you at the next one. Peace.